What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. We have a lot to talk about today. First of all, if you guys are not a Patreon, I've talked about three things in the past couple days that have been pretty lucrative in terms of passive income in the crypto space. One of them being a yield hunt, which we're actually going to get into in this video today. Police and Thieves Phase 2. I might actually make a video about this tomorrow, kind of reiterating kind of what I'm excited about, and I'm probably most excited about that. And also Vapor Node. So Vapor Node is a project that I talked about on my Patreon a few days ago, and it's actually been performing extremely well even in the bear market. So definitely keep an eye on both of these videos that I'm going to be launching in the next couple of hours about Vapor Node, and right now about Yield Hunt. So first of all, let's talk about Yield Hunt. This is essentially a through and through clone of the Police and Thief game or the Wolf game. We're going to look through the white paper, but if you guys are familiar with Police and Thieves, it's basically the exact same thing to a T. I'm honestly not really sure what's different about this game at all, other than a different skin. So we'll talk about the positives and negatives for that, but I do believe that if the developers do what is intended here and they don't run into any problems like what happened with Cop's game, then this definitely could be a top 5, top 10 NFT over on the Avalanche blockchain, and it's definitely could be a game that you can make money with rather quickly. But of course, you have to have your own strategy and jump in time. FOMOing into this stuff without a strategy really doesn't work. So let's read over it. If you guys are unfamiliar, I'll give you a quick overview of kind of how this is similar to Loot, Police, and Thieves, but again, it's pretty much the exact same thing. So we're going to skip over the story. Instead of the loot token, they have the gems token. So you can actually purchase gems right now. Currently, you need about 20,000 to mint one hero here. 20,000 is about 2.6 AVAX tokens, which is a little bit higher. It might be a little high right now considering the fact that the launch, it was about either 1.25 AVAX per NFT or 1.5 AVAX per NFT for the first 10,000. For the next 10,000, again, the price is not in AVAX, but the price is in these gems tokens, and the going price for gems right now is for kind of one NFT right now, instead of the 1.5 is 2.6. So keep that in mind if you decide to buy. You might want to wait for it to get a little bit cheaper before you FOMO in too much here. So it works. Again, exactly the same as Police and Thieves. You have a 10% chance of minting the rarer Hunters, and you have a 90% chance of minting Adventurers, and out of that 100%, you have a 10% chance of whatever you're minting being stolen. So Adventurers, they make 10,000 gems per day. You can sell those gems as is, or you can use those gems to get more of these NFTs, to get more gems, etc., etc. Clicking on the collect button gives you 80% of everything in the bank for you. 20% is given to all of the hunters if you get an adventurer here. Adventurers are basically the thieves. And by unstaking, then you're risking 50%. 50% chance of you losing everything that you've accumulated, 50% chance of you taking everything that you've accumulated. So that works pretty much exactly the same as Police and Thieves. Hunters work pretty much the same as police. You have a 10% chance of getting them. These guys are a little bit more rare. Staking them, they don't make anything, but they do get 20% of every single claim. So, in Police and Thieves, they make more than the adventurers in general, especially get some of these things at the beginning. There's not really a risk to having a police or a hunter. Now, the only thing I don't know if hunters have, well, it says they have unique traits. So I'm not sure if they have like levels, but if it works exactly the same as Police and Thieves, they should have levels, and the higher the level, the more they get from that 20% tax. Then you have your gems tokens, and the way that they're releasing this is again the same as Police and Thieves. 20,000 gems for the first 10,000, or for the first 10,000 after whitelist. 20 to 40,000 is going to be 40,000 gem and 80,000 gem for the last. It's going to be 50,000 NFTs altogether. Most of them are going to be adventurers, and some of them are going to be hunters. And of course, if you do decide to play this game and you spend the 20,000 gems or however many gems to purchase one of these things, keep in mind there's a 10% chance that you will not get anything at all. It's going to be stolen by someone else. So keep that in mind. So that's how the game works. Again, these developers are anonymous. They do have I think they did a KYC. They have a couple things on their Discord, but do keep in mind there's been a lot of these Police and Thieves Wolf game clones that have come out, and a lot of them have scammed out. I haven't really talked about any other ones besides Police and Thieves and the Cops game, which is sort of a failure at the current moment due to the fact that the Solana is kind of crap in the bed right now. But nonetheless, this is one that I think has potential to be successful based on what I've done in the research so far in the Discord community. But really, what you have to take away here is keep in mind that this is just a different skin. To my knowledge, it's a different interface, different user interface. It looks different, but in the back end, I think it might be pretty much a carbon copy of the Police and Thieves game. Now, the downside with that is we don't know if the devs are capable of actually developing anything besides a backend, a user interface, and that's going to be really important for the late game, and for you deciding if you want this to be something that you're going to pump and dump and really just milk it for what it's worth and then get out as quickly as possible. That's if the devs can't do anything. That's kind of what my plan is. If I'm getting the impression that the devs are just copy paste devs. Now, if the devs actually do push this game further and do their own phase 2 that's different than Police and Thieves, but has their own little twist or spin on it, then I'm going to be interested in holding this game for a longer period of time. But we'll see kind of over the next couple of days how this thing goes, if it completely exits scams, if it does well enough to be in the top 10 for the Avalanche games, or if it doesn't succeed at all. We'll see. But I did actually purchase one of these things. I got lucky and I got a Hunter. It's not loading up right now, so we'll see kind of what the issue is. I'm going to try and figure that out a little bit later. But I did want to keep this on your radar. Hopefully later on tonight or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to be talking about that phase 2 for Police and Thieves, which I'm more excited about. We'll get into that later. And then I also will probably right after this video release the Vapor Nodes video. So if you guys are Patreons, you can watch both of them right away. I'm not sure if I'm going to launch them both at the same time on YouTube, but we'll see. But definitely if you're not a Patreon and you want to find stuff like this earlier than when I make videos, I don't have time to make videos all the time. Like I talked about Vapor Nodes when it was really cheap. And I scooped up a node here, and with this game and other stuff, people talk about these things in my Patreon chat. So if you're plugged into the space, you want to get this stuff earlier than everyone else on YouTube, then definitely consider being a Patreon. That is everything for today, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.